Hi guys, how are you doing? I hope you're very well indeed. So I thought I would tell you a personal story really about me, because I speak to lots of ladies on the phone, and one of the reasons ladies often come to me is because maybe they are self-conscious and don't want to go to a gym on their own or walk into that class or join that slimming group because they feel embarrassed or self-conscious about themselves, or maybe not confident enough. Also, these ladies are quite busy ladies. They're very successful in other areas of their lives, and so then they feel like a little bit down about not having this one area handled. And I thought I would tell you a story about how I am the trainer who knows, that truly understands, and how I came to help people in the first place. So I was a dancer and singer, acting, stuff like that before I came to this, but I was born with Hirschsprung's disease, which is a bowel condition that affects me and my weight and my shape. It doesn't directly affect metabolism, but because of the medications I've been on over the years, this has affected me. When I was in my 30s, the lovely doctors gave me the option of getting either a colostomy for a year to rest my bowels, and then they would expect my small intestine to kick in to do the job, but there's no saying it would have, so I could have ended up with it for life, or to take some pretty strong medication. I chose the medication, and I threw the weight on. I threw it on, and I put on 3 or 4 stones in record time, and I ran back to the doctors in a panic, because I'd always enjoyed training. I'd gone on my own search for health and nutrition, and done all my courses in between dancing jobs and acting jobs and things like that, and I'd always really enjoyed it. And now it had become my main job. As the other job diminished, my health job became my main job, and I ran back to the doctors and I said, "Doctor, what are you doing to me? I can't turn up at someone's house at 20 stones and say, 'Hi, I'm your personal trainer.' I'm going to lose my business. I'm going to lose my livelihood. I'm just going to be in an awful way." And I was really, really panicking. Not only that, I felt rough. I was poorly at the time. I felt fat, and I felt bloated, and I felt tired, and I felt run down, and I felt like I looked a failure as a personal trainer or nutritionist at that time. Because, you know, you can look on the internet, can't you? And you can see all those amazing trainers with the 6-packs and the muscles and everything like that. And I thought that's what I had to look like. And so I was having a real panic. But the thing that I always say now is, when my bowel condition is bad and I have to go on some meds, I always say I'll always take being a little bit fatter over the colostomy every time. And I'm 43 now, and I'm colostomy free, and I hope that to be the case for many, many years to come. And I began to realise that if I truly wanted to be an advocate for health, I had to start placing health over vanity, and I had to start doing that. But I was still panicking. I thought, nobody's going to hire me. Who's going to hire me when I'm piling all this weight on? The weirdest thing happened, and it was a shock to me, as it was to others and everything. I got more clients, and I was really shocked by this, and I thought, why am I getting more clients? And I think it made me a little bit more approachable. And the common thing that people say to me is, well, you know, Anna, you know what it's like to be frustrated by what you see in the mirror, and you know what it's like to be fighting with the body sometimes, and you know what it's like. And the most common thing I hear is, well, you kind of look normal. And I says, well, that's debatable. Is there such thing as normal? And then another lady said something to me many years ago that it just hit home really strongly. And she said that she didn't want a six-pack, and that she was worried that she was going to go somewhere to someone who looked completely amazing, that didn't understand her plight, but also thought that she would be working towards a six-pack. Now, don't get me wrong, I work with athletes, I work with actors for jobs where they have to look amazing. I work with sports people, boxers. I work with all kinds of people, and some people want the six-pack, some people need that, and that's fine. And if that's what you need, that's what is required, that's not a problem. We can do that. The body is an amazing thing. It can change and evolve and build itself up again and again and again. But what I found was most people didn't actually want a six-pack. Most people just wanted to be healthier and happier in their own skin. And that might mean losing a few pounds or even a few stones. But they weren't so hung up on the six-pack. They just wanted to feel good and look good in themselves. And one of the ladies really highlighted this to me, and it really brought everything home. And I just thought, I don't have to have a six-pack. I can just feel good and look good for me. It doesn't matter what everyone else looks like. I don't have to look like the other personal trainers. In fact, it worked in my favour that I didn't. And then I started thinking about my dancing career. I was always the kind of girl that had to diet to get down into costumes. I was always a girl that had to watch what she ate and watch how much training she was doing. I was never the delicate, skinny girl. I was always curvy. But I actually believe I would never have had any kind of career if I'd actually been made like the other girls, you know? So then I started thinking about my career and my business in fitness and nutrition, and I began to realise it was exactly the same. Me being a little bit different did bring something new to the table, you know? So I wanted to put that out there for you, is that I'm the trainer who does indeed know what it's like and how frustrating it can be, but I'm also the trainer that knows all the solutions. Why? Because I've had to find them myself, you know. I remember the doctor saying to me, Anna, you've done really well. You've only put on 3 stones this time. We were expecting about 6. It can be done. It can be done, and we can reduce the effects of medication, and we can have you feeling fantastic. And maybe you want a 6-pack. Maybe you don't. Maybe you just want to feel comfortable in your own skin, and you know what? That's okay too. But we want a freedom, and I said when you start losing your fitness, your ability, your agility, that's what makes you feel old. You know, when you're struggling to bend down to tie your shoelaces, or you're struggling to clean the house, or you're struggling to do something, run around after the kids, that's when people go, do you know what, it's time for a change. Not, oh, I don't have a 6-pack, let's hit it. It's usually day-to-day life that they want to feel better in their own skins. You might have events to go to, you might have social events, weddings, christenings, you know, things like that where you want to look good and you want to feel comfortable in your own skin, but you may not want the 6-pack. So I don't have a 6-pack. I think I may have had a small 4-pack years and years ago, and I mean, I think it might have lasted for a week. But I'm not made that way really. But the body is amazing, and it can rebuild itself, and I've learnt that with myself. And as I said, I'm 43 now, and I don't have a colostomy or anything, and I hope that to continue for many years to come. I want to be as supple and as fit and as healthy and as gorgeous as I possibly can for as long as I possibly can. But for me, that doesn't involve a 6-pack. Does it for you? Either way, that's right. It's for you. It's what you want, and it doesn't really matter. what everyone else is thinking or wanting. It's really down to what you want. So I thought I'd share that story and say, you know, we've all felt self-conscious. We've all worried about stepping into that gym or stepping into that class. We all worry about health and fitness in our lives because we're super busy. You know, we're super busy people. But we can wrap it right around your life. We can put it right into your life. That's where the success is. So I thought I'd share a little bit of myself with you today to show you that you're not alone, and we've all been there, and we can change. And if a six-pack is what you want, great, but you don't have to. That's not the aim of the game, really. We want to feel comfortable in your own skin. One person's size 8 is another person's size 16. We're all unique with different wants and different needs and everything. So what I thought was going to be the ruin of me with the weight gain with the medication actually changed everything for me, and it changed how I approached my job, and it changed how I approached people. And it was a shock to find that I got more clients and that people thought I was normal and that I understood their plight and etc. and etc. So I thought that this would be interesting for you to know. So if you want to know more about what I do and how I help people, just head over to foodfreedomclass.com and check it out. You know where I am now. I've been trying to do all these lives for you to give you as much information as possible. It's what you want in your life that counts, nothing else. It's all about you. So I'll speak to you very soon. Bye for now.